Hey YouTube channel, how's everybody doing? Another long-awaited video that I've been meaning to make, and I've been so busy with school and stuff, so I haven't had a lot of time to really dabble into a lot of videos on what I wanted to make. So I'm finally making them now. So I know there's been a long-awaited video that you guys wanted ever since I met with some of my birth relatives, and I got some information, so I'm really excited to kind of put that out. So of course you guys have heard the same story, about my birth parents and all that, what I've heard from my adoptive family. You guys heard that story constantly, and I'm so happy that now I at least have some more information that I've been given from some of my birth relatives that I can share with you. Now, my birth relatives, I love them to death. They are, the ones that I've met at least are amazing, and they are older generation. These are like my grandparents, my aunts, and my uncles. So they're the only ones that I'm close to right now. The rest of the younger generations, they're in Texas, because I'm from Texas, so they're in Texas right now. So I got to meet my Uncle Mike, my grandma Marianne, my grandma Dolly Mae. I got to meet my cousin Jason, and I got to meet my aunt Pinky, and they're all kind of older generation. Now Jason, he's young. I mean, he's not like Aunt Pinky's in like her 60s. Marianne's in her 60s. Uncle Mike's in his 50s, and Jason, I believe, is like 30-something, maybe. So, yeah, he's 38, 39, he's almost 40. So he's more of the younger generation. So, but I didn't get any information from him, but I did get to meet him. There are still many more people in my family that I'm willing to meet, and I will make another video basically talking more about them, but this video I kind of just want to make about kind of the information that I've got. So basically, I think you guys have known, I have Native American ancestry, and I have, all these different types of things inside of my bloodline. And from what I've heard, I have a grandpa, Morris Jackson. I heard Marianne tell me, and he was a Native American Blackfoot. And Marianne, my grandma Marianne, she is basically the one with the most knowledge. So she has majority of the knowledge that I need to know. So if I need any type of answers to my ancestry, answers to family history, most likely she's the one that has it. Now, she does have an older brother who's over her, and he has more information than she does, but he is not close to me right now. Like, he's nowhere close. Like, he's in a whole nother state far, probably in Texas or somewhere. And I can't just go down there, I have to plan trips and stuff, plus I need to meet him. But yes, she has another brother, but right now she's the only one I can go to for info. So she has told me that I have a grandpa, Morris Jackson. He was a Native American Blackfoot. That's all I can know. I don't know what year it was, what anything like that. But I do know I do come from the Blackfoot tribe, so I am Blackfoot Native American. My Uncle Mike is Cherokee, but his Cherokee side comes from not the line that I come from, not the bloodline that I come from. I think his bloodline comes from some other line. I come from from my cousin Africa's side. My mother came from her Africa's father's side. So I come from Africa's father's side, which Africa is one of the cousins that hit me up on Ancestry. My mother was part of Africa's line, but she came from Africa's father's side. Not my mom was. Well, my mom was part of that line, of her father's line. So my mother was probably, maybe, I got to get more information on that, probably his niece, his cousin, probably her father's cousin, most likely. So that's probably where that kind of falls through. But I know my mother is comes from, my mother is part of Africa's father's line. I am part of Africa's father's line, not her mother's. So everybody knows, I also have an Auntie Sugar. Not everybody knows, but I was going to say something about my mother, but I have an Auntie Sugar, and that's all I know is her name's Auntie Sugar. I probably can get more info later, so I will, and I will let you know. Now, we do know of a Brenda. My mother's name was Brenda, and from what I know, I'm not sure if this is the Brenda that's my mom, but I heard the name Brenda, and I just went off of that. So I do know Brenda is, Bernice is Brenda's mom. So if Brenda is my mother, this is the Brenda that's my mom, then Bernice is her mother. Brenda lived in San Antonio, so my mother lived in San Antonio. And Brenda is Grandma Marianne's mom's niece. So my mom is my Grandma Marianne's niece. My mom is my Grandma Marianne's mom's niece. I'm sorry. And Brenda, my mom, is Mary Ann's cousin. So I got a lot of my mom. Supposedly, if it is my mom. Because, you know, there's many Brendas, and there is more than one Brenda in the family. So, yes. And I found that really nice to kind of get a lot of that information in one. Because it was just so helpful, you know. And, it didn't really answer anything, but it did help kind of me a little bit. And Grandma Marianne also said that Native American and Pacific Islander is not uncommon in the family. So the fact that I had it isn't uncommon. You know, it's not something that's like, oh my God, you know, it's not uncommon. So somewhere in the line we did have some of that going on. My Grandma Marianne actually is white. She's like kind of mixed light skin, and she does look Native, and she is Native. Her grandparents were Native. I believe her parents were Native. So yeah, she's Native. I wish I could show you guys pictures, but I don't have anything. I would like to post a video though. So next time I go and visit, I will post a video. But I don't know if I'll do it of her unless she wants it, because she kind of she has bad lungs right now. So she's on a ventilator and breather and all that, and she's not really doing very well. I think the doctor's given her like a prescribed date of like when she's supposed to leave us, and it's kind of sad, but she says she's not going anywhere. So I'm happy that, you know, she says that she's not going anywhere, because that shows that she has confidence that she'll live forever. So I hope that she's right, because I just met her, and the fact that I find out that she's probably gonna die soon isn't something you want to really know, you know. So I did, other than that, Charles Kearns is, I believe, I don't know if he's my cousin. It's somewhere. I know I'm related to him. I can't remember what my relation to him is. But his great-grandfather was a white man. Surprise! So that's where I know some of my European comes from there. Isn't that something? So yeah. Then I got my Grandpa Dolly Mae Stinson. I think I talked about her. Grandma Dolly Mae, I met her. I did meet her. So that's my Grandma Marianne's sister. Uncle Mike is also their brother. So, it's kind of starting to, you know, connect. So I come from Uncle Mike, Mary Ann, and Dolly Mae. And I come from their father's side. So remember how I was talking about, you know, I come from their father's side. I come from Africa Stinson's father's side. My mother came from her father's side. All that is all my father's, on her father's side, on the father's side of the family. And another surprise. Now, I've been meaning to make a video on this, but, you know, again, I've been busy. But I have Mexican blood cousins in Texas. I have Mexican blood cousins. I even asked Grandma Marianne about this, and I have Mexican blood cousins, Which I guess it's not like it's not a surprise. Well, it was a real kind of a surprise to me, but I think maybe that's part of my native. I don't know. Maybe that's where my Native American comes from, you know. But it was just a surprise, you know, because it's like I have Mexican blood cousins in Texas. I have a few, and I mean, thinking about Texas, you can kind of be like, you know, oh, that's kind of not a surprise. You know, Texas is comprised of that, which it is. I mean, Texas is pretty much that. So that was really interesting. I want to meet them. So I hope to go to Texas at some point and meet, you know, more of my blood family, and more, you know, my Mexican blood cousins and all of that. I haven't met my dad's side of the family, my blood dad. I am in contact with them on Facebook, but I haven't met any of them yet. I've only been connected with my mother's side of the family, some of them, but not my dad's side yet. But I do know that they are close to. I know one of my cousins, who's from my dad's side, lives in Northern Virginia. I'm gonna probably visit him at some point if he's free. You know, I can take any kind of trip I want, really. You just let him know, you know, because that's where he lives. So I just might go up there and see him, you know. But guys, that's all I have for you right now. Please subscribe, please like, and you want to comment down, you can. But I thank you for your time. I thank you for listening and watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.